going to hold this position for about 5 seconds. Make sure with the plank that your belly button is in tight. There we go. Push your hips down just a little bit and raise your rib cage up. That's it. Hold that in. Squeeze your glutes. Your glutes and your abs have this nice working relationship. They have to talk to each other.
Hello,
More exercise. And then you're going to go straight up. Right there. We're going to go for a count of 10.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of shaking. That means your
Yep.
abs are
I'm
trying
shaking.
to talk with your back. And they're all trying to communicate. The shaking is a communication.
What are they saying? Go, girl, go.
They're saying, is it your turn to work or is it my turn to work? I'm working now, you should be working. That's why it's shaking.
I've always wondered why I do that.
Good, I feel like I'm working out.
Nice, let's do
Feel it.
one more exercise. Balance and stability. I love this. Right out. Shift your weight to one side. So shift it to your right and pick your left leg up. Beautiful. Belly button in. Bring this leg down a little bit because you're hip hiking just a little bit on this side. So drop it down. That's it. Now that weight's over that. Now from there, I'm going to have you reach forward and go down just a little bit. And come right back up. That's it. We want majority of the bigger muscles to be working out here. So we want all the hip muscles to be working. That's it. Good.
Whew.
Fun.
Yeah,
Nice.
nice, very good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, safety first, remember that. So take one leg back. And take the other leg back. Perfect. So now we're adding some shoulders with the glutes, the quads, hamstrings.
Uh-huh.
You're going to kick one leg back, hold it, I'm just going to do bicep curls. You're going to really keep your belly button in tight. Because the further this thing is away from you, the more challenging it's going to be on your core. Switch side. Right here. And do that same thing. That's it. 2 more times. Awesome.
Wow, thank
Matter of
you.
30 seconds, huh?
30 seconds.
Quick.
Everything's worked out. I mean,
Let's just take it to the sides already. One side. Just like snowboarding.
oh, snowboarding. I don't know anything about that, but Mitch is a wonderful snowboarder.
Mitch is a wonder. He'd probably be wonderful at this.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to start off here, and you can just take it down. Instead of going with a squat, you can do some kettlebell stuff as well too. Right here. You notice my legs.
Are they talking to each other?
They're talking to each other. They're arguing with each other right now. Down, stick your butt out. There you go. Sounds like they're talking to each other too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. One arm's going to go up. Okay. It's going to have another challenge on your core because you're taking it into different dimensions. You're rotating. So it takes it into that horizontal plane or transverse plane. That's it. Good.
I'm using my mind as well as my body. Mind is saying focus, balance.
That's it. It's right to the side first. Almost. There we go. Nice.
Cool. My first Bosu?
That's your first posting.
So much.
Quick little workout, huh?
Yeah,
Matter of
that-
about 2-3 minutes, huh?
2 or 3 minutes, and I'm like, if you could see the sweat on me right now, I'm like, Luis is going to melt it off of you, let me tell you, and he's going to work the mind part of it too, so you can keep on going.
Sounds great.
All right, thanks again, Luis.
Thank you so much for coming
Really
by.
enjoyed your studio here at Upward Motion on Zuni and Adams.
Thank you.
Wow, that was quite a workout.
You know, of course, we edited and we pared that down, so I was working out with him for probably 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah, about 15, 20 minutes.
15,
yeah.
20 minutes, and I have a pretty good commitment to Pilates and going 2 to 3 times a week. I'm becoming a certified Pilates instructor, so I do that fairly often. This was a whole new bag of tricks because I was using muscles in different combinations than I was used to.
Right.
Mitch, I woke up the next morning, and you know how like you're just waking up and you're laying in bed, you're kind of orienting yourself? I was like, oh no, something's different.
Something's different.
Through the glutes and the back of my legs, I was just thinking, oh, I hope I can walk. This is fantastic at motivating and about helping you use all of the abilities that you have to reach your goals. And he has fantastic client stories like the one he told in the interview, and so many people are going to him and changing their lives and feeling better in their bodies. So thank you so much, Louise, for that fantastic interview. We really appreciate your time in helping us educate Albuquerqueans on all the things that they can do to feel better in their mind and their body. It was really
It was really beautiful
cool.
gym.
And the way
Studio.
that he has it set up, the dressing areas and the shower areas are private, so you have a whole beautiful little room to yourself. It's really, really nice. So go stop in, say hi to him, send him an email, give him a call, say, I have a question about this. He is happy to help in answering questions and reaching our goals.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I've really enjoyed meeting Louise. A+ Louise. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. And of course, we can't talk about a show when we're talking about the body without bringing the mind into it, and we've said it over and over again. And when people are moving towards their ideal size and shape and a healthy body, one of the things that comes up a lot is, what about the food cravings? My subconscious mind just says, eat that, and before I know it, I've eaten half a bag of potato chips, and it's like I wake up almost like potato chip in hand.
Right.
I have clients say that all the time to me, Mitch, like I'm not even conscious of going for the food or the cravings.
Right.
So we've talked a lot about neurolinguistic programming on the show, NLP as it's termed, and ways that you can do different things in your mind to feel differently or have a different outlook on what's going on around you. Jim Katsoulis is a practitioner of NLP and hypnotherapy, and in this segment he's talking about how you can get over food cravings and some things that you can do with your mind so items are not so tempting. He also explains what advertisers do when you're sitting in front of that television. All of a sudden you just want a slice of pizza and you're not quite sure why. And he explains the coloring and the lighting and all of the visualness of what's going on in that. And it really falls right in line with one of the other brain rules from Dr. John Medina's book, which is we are primarily visual. Meaning, yes, some of us are auditory and some of us are kinesthetic, but as the human race, we process more information in a visual way than any other way. No matter what your individual taste is, the brain likes visual stimuli. And so this is great to really work with visual stimuli and understand what's going on in your brain when you're watching or looking at something. So let's roll that Jim Katsoulis and food cravings.
Have you been tricked? I want to show you an example of how what we see affects how we feel about something. If you take a look at this sundae, you'll notice that maybe you like sundaes, and if you do, you're going to find that looking at this picture increases some cravings for it. So let's mess around with the picture a little bit and see how that changes things. As it does a close-up, do your feelings of intensity and anticipation for a sundae increase? Does your desire increase for it? And if we change it again and move it a little bit further back and make it smaller, does that affect the feelings you have for an ice cream sundae? See, the way we view things in our mind affects the way that we feel about these things. So now if we take this picture and we put it back to normal, again, some of the feelings and desire might increase. But if we take the same picture and now turn it into black and white, what does that do to the feelings you have for it? And so we're going to do a few different examples and just notice the feelings you have in your body as you see the picture beginning to change again and turning now into this chromatic picture of it. And if your feelings are the same, if the desire is as strong. Advertisers use specific colors and certain lighting and all the rest of it to create a specific feeling for the foods that they're taking pictures of. So what I want you to do is understand that we can be tricked visually, as evidenced by the optical illusion above. And so when you begin to notice that the way that you see things affects the way you feel about them, in your mind you can take a yellow layer and put it right over some foods that you used to feel an undeniable craving for, and watch the cravings naturally and automatically begin to disappear. And you could put a green layer on it and begin to notice that the feelings change the way that you imagine the sundae to be. And so if we take it back again and go back to the original, let's take a look at how lighting affects our mood. So if we look at this as a specifically lit picture in order to evoke a certain emotion, but if we light it a different way, does that change your feelings at all? Does it decrease them a little bit? And in most people this is the case. It will decrease them the way that we view it differently. So if we take this picture now, and now we take it and again go back to a chromatic image of this, does that change the feelings? So what I want you to do is begin noticing the different advertisers do in order to create certain emotions for their product, and intentionally take control of that ability you have and begin to change them yourself so that you can take an image like this and end up with an image like this and notice how it feels different in your body.